Hello there. I am in the process of styling a photo shoot, and I just kind of wanted to bring you along as I style my outfit. I've got most of it set up. I have this little ruffly skirt that I'm actually going to bring up to do an empire, and then I've got choice of 3 shirts that I am going to put under it, and you'll see the final when I get that far. And then my idea is to take this umbrella and make it rain. Or no, I think I'm going to make it cloudy. So I'm going to be creating this prop and finish styling the session, and I will bring you along the way. And keep an eye out for another video that I will link to this when I do the actual sessions. So stick around. I couldn't decide. I tried all 3 of them, and I wanted something sheer. So I'm either between this one that's a little bit kind of some stripes, or this one that's got some like pearls. So I guess you'll see when I do the photo shoot which one I choose. Okay, so here's my idea, and I don't know if it's going to work. I'm just going to play around. But what I want to do is I'm going to make some clouds, and I'm going to make them 2 different ways. One, I'm going to make them so that they're a bunch of little fluffy ones hanging from inside the umbrella. And then I'm going to make some that are bigger hanging outside, because I'm just not really sure exactly what look I want. So I have no clue how I'm going to do this, but I'm going to try to play. And what I did was I put the umbrella on a light stand that I can go up and down, because what I want to do is I want to replicate at about what height that my model is going to be at when she holds it. So that way I can determine where these are going to hang down. And I'll just hang them down from the spokes in the umbrella. So let's see what I can do. I don't. Okay, so what I did for each one is I got my polyfill, made it into like a little fluffy cloud. And then I have some string that's pretty close to the same color as the umbrella and my backdrop. And then I found these little white, like sticky pads. I think these are from IKEA, but I've got some that are like for the bottom of chairs too. And so what I figured is I needed to have something for this to, you can't just put string on this because it's going to fall through. So what I did was threaded my needle, which is not very easy at my age, and put the sticky side up so it'll stick onto the foam or the poly. Put the needle through, which is not super easy. Try not to poke yourself. All right. So I'm just putting the needle through, and I've tied a knot at the end so that then it won't go through. So that's kind of hanging. One thing that my dad taught me when I was very young is if you don't have something that works, you figure it out. You make something that works. And then the show came on TV. It's called MacGyver, and so everyone MacGyvered everything. So that's what I learned very young, which has been very helpful in my life. So that's just going to pull through, and so the cloud's basically going to sit on that little disc. And then I'm just going to take it and tie it on the tree, or on my umbrella, not the tree. Okay, so what I'm doing is basically taking my string and tying it on all these spokes. And I'm not tying a knot because I might want to change the height or the location later once I get my model in it. So I'm just going to do 1 loop like that, and then I can adjust the height and the location of it. So there you have it. my cloud umbrella. So we'll see more when I do the photo shoot. Okay, so here I am making the big clouds that I want to do for the part of my shoot that I'm going to do with the clouds on the outside. I'm going to do the small ones under the umbrella, and then I'm going to take those out and do one with the big clouds outside the umbrella. And obviously I'm not going to attach this one to the umbrella, so what I'm going to do is put a boom stand or boom arm over the and outside of the frame and kind of hang them from there. So what I do is I cut out some pieces of cardboard. Ideally, I would have loved white from like one of those white nailers or something, but I didn't have one on hand. So I just cut it out, and it's pretty flexible. It doesn't have to be really thick cardboard because polyfoam doesn't, or fiber or whatever, doesn't weigh much. So what I do is I just grab a bunch of poly fiber, and what I'm going to do is make about 3 or 4 of these to kind of have on hand. I'll probably use 3 because I like an odd number. I did make 5 for this one. I'll probably make 3, maybe 4. And if I have 5 there and if I make 4 here, then I'll be on cloud 9. Interesting. Anyway, so what I'm going to do is I have my needle and my thread, and I'm going to go down on one side of the cardboard and then move over and then come up the other side. And then that way I'll have 2 strings, because if you put in the middle, then it's going to be kind of wobbly. So I want it to be a little bit more sturdy so I can kind of manipulate it a little bit better. And then I'll tie the ends to the boom arm. So I'm going to try to figure out where the middle of the cardboard is. Kind of poke this down. And you want to leave some of the string out. And then this one I can actually look and peek, go up the middle. Now the nice thing about the polyfoam and clouds is that clouds are not perfect. So after you're done, you can, I'm going to pull up my needle before I poke myself. You can kind of manipulate it later to kind of hide the cardboard, and if you want wispies or whatever, but basically I have a hanging cloud. So I'll probably make a few more of these, have these on hand, and you can see on the video that I make with my session how it all goes. And it could be easier to do this in post, but I don't sometimes make life easier. I like to make it harder and more creative, and I want to do as much of this as I can in camera. So it just kind of makes it fun. And yeah, so there you have it. It's fun to play around and kind of get some creative ideas and make some of your props and give yourself a little fun. So if you have any questions at all or any comments, please leave them in the comments below. And please like and follow if you want more videos like this. I'm going to be doing more creative ideas, creating props, and doing fun sessions. So follow along and you'll see more. Thank you for watching.